Welcome to the 7th episode of the second aPODcalypse. Jacob's peeing. Oh no, he's here.
Are we live?
We're live.
Hey.
Welcome to the podcast where we discuss the book that we all love. What's the series called? The second
aPODcalypse.
Yeah, and we're on chapter 7 of The Darkness That Comes Before.
Indeed.
Indeed.
Sorry, I'm desperately looking for what I decided I was this week.
Oh shit.
It's not going to be anything. You always come up with the funniest things.
No.
Yeah.
Last week I did feel good about being the thumbs that got cut off while they were watching TikTok, like swiping on TikTok. Like a situation, I don't know what situation they were in, but yeah, they were watching TikTok and then both their thumbs got cut off. And those thumbs.
There was some severed fingers pretty quick in this chapter too.
Yeah, that's dude, the beginning of this chapter is fucking crazy.
Oh wait, where is it?
What, the fingers?
Nah, sorry, I'm tripping. I wanted to be the king who is king of the pirate stronghold. Where the fuck is that? I'll get to it.
Oh yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
We got some really good names. Like, this chapter is just like a litany of good names.
It really is. Oh, this is chapter 8, not 7. My bad. Oh, my bad.
Did you read chapter 7 or 8?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I just put chapter 7 on the stream name. My bad.
Shameful.
We're on chapter 8. What's up, B-Rad? Damn ads before I can't watch this fantastic sorceress stream. My bad. I don't even really know how to turn the ads off. But, you're just putting food on the table. It's about 0.003 cents per view of the ad. So, but thanks for putting up with that. I know it's annoying.
I'll just be Gothielk, the Earl of Neor today.
Okay. That's good. Okay, I didn't even thought about what I am.
I didn't even ask you. I was just obsessed with my own.
Will you ask me?
What are you today?
I think that I'm a nazghoul that is really having a hard time going to the bathroom.
Like, kidney stones or something?
Sure.
What is it? Prostate something? Why do old guys have to pee all the time?
A nazghoul that had its prostate removed.
It just dropped out.
Yeah. It dropped out. Oh, okay, cool. Not much, B-Rad. Welcome.
Welcome.
How are you?
I'm excited to be here. Story, non-story. Been looking for this comb.
Uh-huh.
Purple comb, whole week.
Mm-hmm.
Couldn't find it. Parked right outside your house where I always park.
Mm-hmm.
Opened my door and it was on the ground right there.
Seriously?
I dropped it last week. It was in the exact same spot right when I opened my car door.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
In my driveway?
Across the street.
Oh, across the street.
Yeah. It's because nobody picks up litter in Nashville,
No.
Tennessee.
No, definitely not.
How are you feeling?
I feel good.
Nazghoul prostate hole?
B-Rad says we need the opening music. Do you have the,
I don't have the
sorceress...
The artifact, no.
Electric... Gingangagoi?
No. Keep going, no, I'll find it.
I'm pretty good. I feel more relaxed than I did earlier. I spent a lot of time alone at home, like, doing stuff, but I feel kind of isolated a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But whenever Patricia gets home and you get here, I'm, like, partying, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I made a good meal. Delicious meal.
Sweet potato?
Sweet potatoes.
Or are they yams?
Sweet potatoes.
Don't know the difference.
What's up, Kelp Frog? I don't know the difference.
Can't help you.
We should ask the chat. Oh, there we go.
It's a little sampling. Sorry about that. I hope Val's cool with it, but I don't see why they wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Nerds.
We should ask the chat what they are.
Yeah, let us know what you guys are today.
What are you? If you had to describe yourself as something other than maybe your human form.
The penile sleeve of a I don't know.
Like, you could be a Synthes or like a tree or the river Phaeus?
I don't know, man. I just got, like, I don't think this is even a phrase, but I felt compounded by all of the names in this. It's just like you with the boxing gloves, every direction.
Yeah.
It was awesome to listen to, but I'm like, it's in one ear, out the other, but I'm having a good time.
Good. Calpron says, feeling greased and pendulous.
Amazing.
B-Red comes in hot with just lamp. Dude, fuck. We got a lively crowd this evening.
Hell yeah.
I love it. Other people start trickling in. We can ask them to. Shall I read the first?
Oh, please
opening?
Go for it.
Shall I read the Canryan Proverb?
Yeah, them Canryans. You know what they say about them Canryans?
Oh yeah. Here's what they say. They say, kings never lie. They demand the world be mistaken. I enjoy that.
Yeah. It fits right in with my anti-authoritarian beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
Say anything bad about kings, I'll probably like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I like that. I don't really know who the Canryans are, to be honest with you.
Yeah, I'll look it up. 3 C's motherfuckers, probably?
Yeah. And then the next passage, the beginning passage, is from Elikaros Avawals?
Sounds good to me.
Dude. When we truly apprehend the gods, the Nilnameshi sages say, we recognize them not as kings, but as thieves. This is among the wisest of blasphemies, for we always see the king who cheats us, never the thief.
What do you think?
I don't know, man. It's over my head.
Oh, yeah? That was the one I really grabbed onto.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So, again, talk shit on kings. I'm very down with it. But I wrote a long note, as you can see, for this.
Yeah.
Here's what I wrote. I'm not really good at reading and then freestyling at the same time, so I'll just list it. Damn, I'm noticing spelling errors, too. Shameful. My own, not the book. We expect the thief to be a thief. It's uproarious that Kellis and others act... Pardon me. It's uproarious... No squiggly red line under that, too. I was like, damn, I think that's a legit word in the dictionary.
Uproarious?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just taking a shot in the dark there.
Oh, that's a word. I think.
I believe so. The squiggly red line of God did not appear. Anyway, sorry. It's uproarious that Kellis and others in power act in ways in which they're not supposed to, due to their position, like abusing their power, being like not noble kings, whatever, even though they're just human beings. Like, that's how people treat it. However, I took this passage to mean that we as readers should not expect characters to act in ways which are not in their personality. So Kellis is always going to be Kellis, manipulating, scheming, and like, I mean, in his mind is just doing fucking calculus. It's almost like we shouldn't act like, or we shouldn't think that he's going to really be benevolent, or that there's any like emotional reasons for his actions.
Yeah.
Esmenet's going to do anything for kids. Like, that's sort of the essence of, well, that's one of the essences of her personality, I think. So you could see that, you know, she's going to unlatch, what's the dude's name? Kelmomus. Baby Kelmomus in the end. Yeah. Yeah, I was just thinking Samarmus, which is dead evil, or he's the evil twin. His dead good twin.
Mm-hmm. Or at least his dead, like, stupid twin.
Yeah. Olive oil on the thing.
Dude, the olive oil is brutal. Something about the just, like, you just had some olive oil laying around.
Yeah. They like oil.
There's a lot of oil. Greased and pendulous.
Kind of makes me just want to put olive oil, like, on a doorknob now. Just to fuck with people.
Yeah.
But you know what?
What if there's a fire, though? You can't open the door.
You
ever think about that?
No, obviously not. Yeah, they're like, the door was unlocked, but nobody seemed. Everyone died with their hands by the doorknob.
Yeah, horrible.
Proyas is just going to be Should I give up? Pious Proyas and try to be a good servant. Anyway,
Yeah.
we see the king who cheats us, never the thief. So we get mad when somebody acts in ways in which we think they should not act. But even those that are acting like immorally or criminally like a thief, we see them, we expect that to happen, and so that's like... It just made me think of the Joker in fucking Dark Knight. Love the Joker in the Dark Knight. Love Heath Ledger's Joker, but it's just, I don't know, corny meme territory.
Yeah.
It's like, everybody freaks out. He like burns the money and just like goes wild card mode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's really throwing off the status quo.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was
I think that's cool.
ramble.
It is a good ramble. It's like they're all on their, like Neor would say that they're all like their tracks or whatever. They're on their rails, which is kind of like deterministic or something, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Like I feel like Bakker will probably have a lot to say about determinism in general.
Yeah.
But the characters are like, it's kind of like in the Greek, like the fates in Greek mythology or something.
Mm-hmm.
The way that mythology kind of interacts with the concept of fate. What you said makes me think about that. Like kind of the tragic characters doing things over and over again that they are just getting them into trouble, but it's because of that's who they are. I don't know.
Yeah.
They have good character development.
Yeah, and no, I appreciate your contextualization, your additions to it, because I think that makes more sense of what I was like trying to spit out. And I was wondering, we don't have to get into it as much, I just might pose the question, respond if you want to, but I was trying to figure out if anybody has a character arc in these, in this series, and I guess by that I mean their character changes or learns a lesson or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Kellis kind of stays Kellis.
I'd say so.
He obviously, his position changes, but besides the whole thing on the circumfix, I think he stays the same. Esminette, I think, has sort of an arc where she really comes into her own and grasps power and starts to believe that she like deserves stuff and like order people around and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
I'd say Esminette for sure.
Yeah. Akamian, I don't know. I feel like his personality is kind of the same. His motivation becomes real. Like the consult, he had no purpose. He was bumbling around, and then now he like knows the consult's real, but he still fucks off and hides in a tower for 20 years.
Yeah, he sure does.
Yeah, Proyas is just still trying to lick the boots of whoever he thinks is the right person. He
will eventually lose faith, though, right?
I think
like,
so.
But that's probably his main like big character arc or big character change is his drifting into faithlessness after being pwned by Kellis.
Yeah, he just gets brutally taught.
Horrible.
Taught.
Yeah. Should we jump into this chapter?
Yeah, please. Please take the microphone away from my mouth.
No, you're good. Also, hello, Salt King. Welcome. All right, and he says, I heard the Canryans have Bajunka in the Trunka. Shit, dude.
That's a good one.
Damn. We have a funny chat. I enjoy it.
Funnier than me, for sure.
B-Rad says, Proyas at the end sees the light. He sure does. So sad.
Yeah, he's all crumpled up.
Yeah.
I'm so confused as to which side the camera's on. Oh, yeah, can I tell you a nonsense story?
Sure.
I snuck in to see the Batman movie by myself, March.
Uh-huh.
And there was, I think, about 6 people in there. And
that's chill.
There were these bros behind me. They were all cracking beers and stuff.
Ugh.
And I was, like, looking back and laughing. Not, like, I don't know.
You were taunting them.
I was like, ah! And, they were like, psst, you want a beer? And I had snuck in a LaCroix, and I was just over there, and I held it up in the air, and I cracked it, and they were like, yeah!
That is hilarious.
And they left with like 45 minutes to go in the movie. All 4 of them.
I'm bored.
Yeah.
This sucks.
I felt like I was the most cleverest, broest Little Kellis move. Kind of like Charles Manson, actually. He used to make everybody take drugs, but he would always take a much smaller dose or not at all. And he was just a little short rat king. Anyway.
Should we start this chapter?
Yeah, probably.
Alright.
I feel ashamed of my contribution.
No, you're good. So this is chapter 8. It's titled Mumum, and it starts out on the Juniati steppe, though.
Totally fucking different place, bruh.
So we start off with your Solka of the Utamut, and he's awaking with a start. He is waking to the sound of Neor Erskiotha stalking back into the campsite.
Like the last thing you want to awake to.
Yeah, he thinks it's his son. He's like, I guess his son's name is Ogatha or Agatha. He says Auggie. He's wondering. He's like, this might be my son, but he says something kind of cool. It's not like super significant to the story, but he says he's thinking about his son, and he says the boy was mischievous, which was why Ursulka doted on him so. But throwing stones at his father's yaksh in the dead of night, was that mischief or malice? I don't know. I just think that's a cool line.
Yeah. Do all Skilvendi fear their sons rising up to kill them and take their place?
Probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If the most powerful person is in charge, it seems like you gotta always be on your toes.
Definitely.
Also, I feel like Auggie is kind of like a soft-ass name for a Skilvendi.
It does show some just kind of, like soft or sweetness, because he
definitely
even mentions, like he mentions that he dotes on his kid. Like he likes his kid, It's kind of sweet.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Get doted.
But it's not his son, it's Neor. And so he leans down outside of his tent and he realizes that a section of his kid's finger is there. And that's not good.
No. It's definitely not good. Plus, it's not even a whole finger.
No, section of a child's finger. It's just like the tip of it or something. Or like even worse, the trunk. Like where's the tip of the finger?
That's what I was thinking. It's like, how do you I don't know. I thought it might take me a while to identify what this part of a finger would be if it just, I don't know, rolled under my yaksh flap.
Your flap. But anyway, he thinks to himself this isn't happening. There's some cool setting stuff, like we're just getting some information on what the steppe looks like, and it says, incandescent white cracked the sky, and for an instant he saw the entire world, the desolate horizon, the sweep of distant pastures, the surrounding yaksh of his kinsmen, and the lone figure standing not more than a dozen yards away, watching. And it's
cinematic.
Neor. He says, I found your son wandering the steppe, so I've returned him to you. And then he throws a cabbage at him.
I think it's his head. But it just...
He's
not sure yet.
It is his head.
But dude, like, you can identify a section of a finger, but then you just get cabbaged. Maybe he's just really in denial.
Yeah.
He's waking up.
I guess it's like, you can imagine what it would be like to get hit in the chest if somebody threw a cabbage at you.
Oh, yeah.
So...
better than a head, for
more than a head.
A lot more likely
to
get a cabbage thrown at you than a head, at least in this economy.
Yeah. This freaking... in the inflation.
Supply chain issues.
Yeah, with all these supply chain issues. We are getting some cool character explanation, or like character description of Neor. Ursulka sees him as a hulking wraith, wild, and as elemental as thunder and rain. I don't know. It's cool. He's like being portrayed. He's in his like Neor. Is he a demon or is he a human? What is he kind of mode right now?
Yeah. Well, literally, the blackness asks, "Who am I?" Which is no god-esque, but yeah, I think you're perfectly right. Like, is elemental. It's just like eldritch.
Mm-hmm.
The evil, unknown figure hulking in the lightning.
Yeah.
Pretty sick.
Yeah. It's very dramatic.
Mm-hmm.
I love Neor. He's like always. He's a very dramatic kind of guy.
He never misses a chance.
No, to be fucking. I don't know. I love him.
I feel like his dong is totally free and
Pendulous
sway.
right now.
Yeah.
He's probably pretty greased up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it made me think of Kid Cudi and X.
Yeah.
Remember the
Yeah,
shadow
it's
shows
like-
him like
Yeah. It's super long. Like to his fucking knees. Yeah. And then, well, what happens?
He has one of those sort of like supervillain speeches where you say some epic shit before you kick somebody's ass or kill
Yeah.
them. Which, like, I don't know. I guess I wouldn't miss a chance if that was me either, but it's funny because in their world there's no audience or camera or something. If
Right.
you're just going to kill somebody, they're not going to remember the epic speech you gave them.
Yeah. But no, I love it. It's one of his mini monologues
Mm-hmm.
to come, right?
Yeah. He says, I will blot you out, hunt you down. Well, he's mad. I'm, obviously, I'm skipping a lot, but he slaps him open-handed as though he were a slave, so, like, demeaning.
Mm-hmm.
I am your end. Before your eyes, I will put your seed to the knife. I will quarter your carcass and feed it to the dogs. Your bones I will grind to dust and cast to the winds. I will strike down those who speak your name or the name of your fathers until your circle... Oh my god.
Your circle?
Yep.
Your
Till
sulka.
Thank you. Becomes as meaningless as infant babble. I will blot you out, hunt down your every trace. The track of your life has come to me and it goes no further. I am your end, your utter obliteration.
Dude, it's such overkill. Like, nobody is questioning whether or not Neor can kill this guy. Yeah. Like,
That's true.
Like, who is he talking to? There's nobody even awake. It's...
That's true. It's just a piece of baby finger or a kid finger,
Yeah.
a cabbage head, and
And this guy.
yeah.
I mean, obviously his wives come out and everything, and some other people do, but he feels the uncanny sensation of being gouged hollow. And then he...
That's how I would describe it, as uncanny.
Yeah, very uncanny. He skids and slaps into the mud, convulsing about his entrails, and then in italics it's just, I'm dead. like imagine if you've been gouged hollow and you're on the ground and you like have the very, very literal thought, I'm dead. It's kind of chill.
It made me think of when our friend Sam woke up dead. Remember that?
No.
He just was, I don't know, he woke up one morning and he was convinced he was dead. He said he was terrified. He was like, I'm dead. I know I'm dead.
I mean, maybe.
It wasn't. Well, he's not now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I just want to jump to the chat real quick.
Yeah, we got a lot.
B-Rad said a head would hurt getting a head thrown at you. I looked it up. Human head weighs 11 pounds or 5 kilograms. That definitely hurt. I'm going to guess a cabbage is maybe 2 or 3 depending on water weight.
Yeah. depending on the economy at the time.
The humidity is what gets you.
Yeah, for sure.
For sure.
That would hurt. Yeah, 11 pounds is a lot.
B-Rad also mentions the, I believe why he mentioned the term baby arm is to describe Neor's pendulous dong.
Ah, yes.
Swaying in the storm.
With its 5 fingers. 5-finger dong punch. Dude, we're never gonna finish this chapter.
Oh, hell yeah.
We got a lot of good... Okay, head would hurt, baby arm. Kama, what's up? Thank you for joining us. I love the crew. He is hate. I love it.
Mm-hmm.
It's true. And then Kelpron says, someone made a metal song with that Neor quote, by the way. Holy shit. Fist included. I'll pull this up, but I probably won't play it just in case there's like some copyright stuff.
Looks epic.
It looks very cool. This is what it looks like, everyone. You can see my recommended Asmongold videos.
Has it got Therapy Gecko on there?
No.
The Vanishing of Flight 370. That sounds cool.
Yeah. Okay, what's happening in this chapter? Your Soka gets pwned. Let's see. And yeah, Neor just kind of reinserts himself back into the situation, back into his village. It's his village, right? Like, it's his people.
Yeah, I think these are his, like, kinsmen.
Yeah. And he is kind of cute and sweet to his wife, one of his wives.
Yeah, this is the one that he talks about loving, right?
Yeah.
Why is she freaking out? Just because he's he's in hate mode?
Yeah, it probably just, well, she probably hasn't seen him in a long time.
True.
And I don't know. And women are like portrayed as fucking hysterical in this book. Like,
yeah.
But yeah, he says, "It's me, Anisi," and he says that with shameful tenderness. I am whole. It's very sweet.
Yeah, I didn't realize that. I didn't notice it. That I highlighted that passage, but I didn't notice the shameful tenderness. It's funny that he feels shame at love, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I wonder if Neor really loves anymore throughout the books. I mean, I guess he loves Surway or whatever, but not really in like a lovey-dovey kind of way.
Yeah, it's his prize. It's not, I mean, she is his prize. She's an object rather than like a person with agency.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know. It's definitely not his, well, I was going to say it's not his motivation, but there's the whole motivation of the weird love and hate he's got for Daddy Malingas.
Mm-hmm.
In the, I don't know, he kills him, kisses him, and kills him at the same time.
Yeah. Oh, I freaking love that scene, dude.
Neor's got a lot going on.
Oh, yeah. I love him. He's my favorite character. I'd probably say that too much. But, so that's going on. There's a whole bunch of commotion. It's raining. He says some funny stuff. Well, this isn't funny, but he watches... Okay, so your Solka's on the ground, like, bleeding out, and he watches him catch his youngest daughter by the hair, snuff out her squeal with sharp iron. For a grisly moment, she remained fixed on his blade, and he shook her like a skewered doll. It's just some real brutal Neor violence. There's some screaming, there's some howling and wallowing, and then Neor snarls, "Is this Zinnerit's misbegotten cunt?" in reference to somebody he grabbed or whatever. And then I'm pretty sure he
It's pretty brutal.
Yeah, it's very brutal. I'm pretty sure he like takes somebody's bowels and like wraps them around something.
Yeah. Looped his bowel like rope around his scarred arms.
Whose arms do you think?
I think that your Solka was watching Neor loop your Solka's own bowels around Neor's own arms. That's my best guess.
No, yeah, I think you're right.
It could be it's a pile of blood and guts, but...
Yeah. No, but I think you're right.
I'm just imagining, like...
That would be fucking horrific.
Yeah.
You would get sepsis, too.
Well, if your guts are out in this economy, I don't know if you're going to worry about sepsis.
True.
You're going to make it to that point.
True.
But, I don't know, maybe it's a good thing to consider.
Yeah, man, gotta stay safe.
Always gotta worry about sepsis, I guess.
It'll get you.
Mm-hmm.
Neil get you.
Nice.
Thanks, dude.
Did that lamp die?
No, it's just kind of weird. It like... Oh. Nice.
It's the Bowel Rope septic magic of the Gnostic realm.
Yeah. Totally Gnostic. Alright, well, there's that scene. Pretty brutal. Let's see. Well, we get a little insight into, going back a little bit,
Mm-hmm.
just more insight into the Skilvendi. They are okay. So not because they feared their lunatic chieftain, but because it was the way, and that's saying he glimpsed the callous eyes of his tribesmen and knew they would do nothing. So, just I don't know. It's just kind of cool. I told you that was the way.
Yeah, and he mentions when he in his killing monologue, Neor mentions the track of your life has come to me, which I think is the same as, it's very intertwined with their way, and the trackless step, and Neor being like the one who steps out of the trackless, or who realizes the step is trackless, but he's always like kind of bound by the tracks as well.
Yeah.
I don't know, that popped out in my head too. Also, this phrase that he said in the dark when he was hulking out, some things are broken, the voice grated from the darkness. Pardon me. Some things broken, the voice grated from the darkness, are never mended. And I think that he's talking about himself, how he thinks he's irredeemable. And, I mean, I don't know if he is or not, but by the way he acts, he makes sure he is irredeemable.
Yeah, he does, definitely. Well, I mean, Kama said, whenever he mentioned he is hate, like,
right.
He is totally an embodiment of hate.
Yeah.
And including self-hatred. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah, for sure. He just, like, decided to take that track, and he's, like, rarely gonna step away from it.
We can learn a lot from him.
Yeah. I think he's your favorite character.
Yeah. We also got some more chat. B-Rad validated your water weight joke about the cabbage.
Dude, you gotta always calculate the water weight. Remember, a gallon is 8 pounds?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I do remember that. Yeah, it's the monkeypox now. And then Kelpron, in reference to the poop sepsis and safe sex tips for Srank.
Dude, if Srank or if Neor wore a condom, it would be made out of bowel rope. You just like tie a knot and then like bite through it and rip off a chunk of it.
If a Srank made a condom? Is that what you said?
Yeah, or Neor.
Yeah. Neor would never use a condom.
No, but I'm just thinking of gruesome shit.
Yeah. Most definitely. Oh, wow. Kore condom. Shit. Oh, yeah. B-Rad earlier said he was going to be here in person in the Discord chat. So that's kind of funny. And then he said, I was lamp. Remember how he said he was a lamp?
Yeah.
And then there was a lamp?
Oh!
Yeah, dude.
Bro. Whoa. Got me, dude.
Neil get ya.
Neil Gatma.
You Neil Gatma. Oh, yeah. We're having a good time. Number one, Earthsrank leash recommend. Number one, Earthsrank leash recommend.
I think it's 9 out of 10 dentists recommend Earthsrank leash.
Yeah.
And then that one doctor's just freeballing it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Using Kore condoms.
His dick is pointing down instead of curving up against his belly.
Yeah. Like a freaking... I don't know, dude. Alright, I feel like that concludes the Juniati step portion.
Yeah.
Now we're in Mumum.
Yeah.
Unless you have anything else.
No, I just thought it was kind of funny. It announces the chapter Momum, and then it immediately jumps to the Juniati step, but I don't know how the fuck else I would have organized it either, so...
Yeah.
It was just one of those things, like, when I notice a spelling error in a book where I'm like...
Yeah.
Gotcha. I'm better than you.
They can't keep getting away with this.
Exactly. Yeah. We're back in Momum. The vulgar holy war is cooking up. Yeah, you want to take it from there?
Yeah, sure. They set the scene since Mathanet's declaration of the Holy War a year and a half earlier. So this is interesting information. It's been a year and a half. Untold thousands gathered around Momum's walls, so people are building up. And the, whatever it's called, the vulgar holy war is gearing up to leave. There's some pretty disturbing reports of just kind of chaos and violence making its way to Mathanet, and apparently Mathanet, it was said, wept at the news of all these atrocities. So it's like the Enreath here, just kind of killing each other, like pillaging and stuff. having a bad time.
I really did not notice that it skipped a year and a half, but I even just checked the date, and the last chapter was summer 4110, and then now we're autumn 4111. So
yeah,
I'm glad you pointed that out to me.
Sure.
Just I like when things kind of build in time like that for it to be realistic, or it's not like fast travel.
Yeah, like in Game of Thrones, whenever like somebody from I don't know, I can't think of the names, but they like travel like fucking so far.
Yeah, the worst one is when they're on the lake battling the fucking White Walkers, and they send a raven. The dude runs a marathon, sends a raven south, and then Dany flies up, and they're still like just chilling.
Just in that lake. Although, is that the last season?
That was the 7th season, so no, it wasn't. The 8th was the last.
I love that book series / TV show. Even the shitty parts. I love them.
Dude, it's crazy. I mean, old ass news, but it's crazy to me how much everybody but the writers put everything into making that show amazing. Mm-hmm. And they just fucked it up so bad at the end.
I know it's controversial, but I am like so down with the end that they made. I'm so down with it. I thought it was great.
Right on.
Yeah. But lots of people don't like it.
Yeah, I think we just needed more.
Yeah.
Like, I'm assuming the end is how things would mostly end in George R. R. Martin's mind, but it kind of just went there in like 10 seconds.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree with that. That's very true.
Anyway,
it's important.
I want you to have your joy. Go ahead.
Thank you, dude. No, I'm usually such a hater about things, but
Neor's your favorite character.
Yeah. So it's important to know that all this shit that's happening with the various people, like there was a story of Nereza Borisilis, the king of Sirange, and perhaps the wealthiest man in the 3 seas. When several thousand Tidoni who contracted his ships defaulted on their payment, he sent them to the island of Pharaxis, an old pirate stronghold of King Raoshang of Thuniersis, demanding they storm the isle in lieu of monies owed. They did, and with abandon. Of course they did with abandon. Thousands of innocents perished. Enrithi innocents. So I think earlier I alluded that these incidents were part of the Vulgar Holy War, but that's not accurate. These are like just the shit that's just happening with all the movement happening in the world. In response to Maithnet's call.
That's who I was looking for earlier, though.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I wish we had a pirate stronghold. It's probably like East Africa in the ocean.
I was gonna say, I was thinking like Madagascar or something. I don't know.
It's East Africa.
Yeah. They had pirates there.
Yeah, it's probably not nearly as fun as I want it to be.
Pirates?
Just, what a pirate stronghold would be now.
Yeah. Probably not cool.
It's like shitty boats and AKs and stuff.
Yeah.
And I want
it to poverty be, and like
yeah.
colonialism. You know?
I want it to be like the Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disneyland before they put the movie stuff into it, where it was just like corny animatronics and stuff.
Yeah.
That was fun. Little pirate songs, and didn't know what rape was.
Yeah. But
now I do.
Because you read the books.
Yep.
Kama says that this part is like reading a history. This is very accurate. Very true.
Yeah, I was thinking like how many times I said, and I think we together have said there's not a lot of plot has happened in certain chapters, where it's just like a big, world developing conversation or something like that. This is just like straight up plot for half the chapter. It's just telling us all this gnarly big shit that's happened.
I think it's cool. It shows Maithanet being sad, and he immediately placed all of House Nereza under trial censure. So he's just kind of, punishing people, trying to get his shit together. But he says none of these incidents provoked anything approaching the uproar caused by the march of what came to be called the Vulgar Holy War, and that is made up of Kelmamunis, Tharshilka, and Cumrezer. and the vast mobs that followed them. So they're already gone. They are days gone by this point.
Mm-hmm. So I guess, yeah, because they built up for a year and a half. They finally fucking marched.
Mathanet was wroth. Dude, I love that.
I don't even know what that means.
I think it's like similar to wrath, but it's like a active form of wrath. Like, I don't know.
I'm busy trying to count how many times it says indenture in this chapter.
Okay, cool. We get something about Gothielk. Mathanet was wroth, and ports around the Three Seas, the great state-sponsored contingents, were finally preparing to embark. Gothielk, the Earl of Ingansenor, was already at sea with hundreds of Tidoni thanes in their households. I'm so down, though. I love all this shit.
The Earl of Gothielk, the Earl of Ingansenor.
So cool.
My firstborn child's name.
Yeah. More than 50,000 trained and disciplined men. That's crazy. That's so many people.
Yeah.
That's quite a lot.
Well, then even it says, all told, they said the men of the Tusk would have numbered over 300,000.
Mm-hmm.
Just enough to ensure the heathen's utter destruction. So, one thing I was thinking, especially the first time I read this, and I noticed it, or something that caught my interest in Game of Thrones books too, Song of Ice and Fire, was just how many thousands of people there were. And like, in armies, and then after each battle, what numbers are left. I'm not trying to be a stickler for like there has to be the exact right arithmetic, but just trying to get an idea of how many people like made it to the end. Because I've noticed in some of the battles coming up, and it's probably in the Warrior Prophet, but tens of thousands of dudes die or get 10,000 will get sick and have the sand diarrhea in the desert or something. Get the monkeypox.
Yeah, exactly.
Come down with the Chianine monkeypox, and just like how many people made it to the end. It's like probably I'm gonna say a staggering fraction. And then also I don't know why I was way more caught up over how many made it in the Holy War over compared to how many made it to Golgotha and the Great Ordeal. But that's like the ultimate slog of slogs to see how many. There's like, I think there's a bunch of them still at the Battle of Golgotha, but
there's tons.
It's just like, you guys probably lost like 90% of your dude eating them all and fucking headbutting them while you're making out with them and ripping out their gonads.
Dude, I can't wait for that scene, to talk about that scene in like 2 years.
The Scalded.
Yeah. I imagine between the end of this book and the beginning of the Great Ordeal or whatever, Judging Eye, they probably have recruited a ton of new people and stuff.
Oh yeah, with all the unification wars too, it forced anybody who wasn't willingly joining. But we'll see quickly, or not quickly, but by the end of the chapter, the Vulgar Holy War gets pwned, so it seems like at least 300,000 people are going to be dead.
What do you mean? There's 300,000 people in the Vulgar Holy War?
Yeah, all told, they
Really?
said the men of the Tusk would have numbered over 300,000, just enough to ensure the heathen's utter destruction.
I thought that was in total. Like, that's the total number of...
Okay, no, you're right. That's what the estimated total of the Holy War would be, 300,000. So that's what they're expecting. I'll figure it out how many people are about to get got. Or somebody that knows will probably mention it. But it's like a fucking slaughter.
Yeah, it's funny the way that they like very concisely and kind of tersely say they got dicked on, basically. It's very funny.
Good word, terse.
Thanks, dude.
Yeah.
I'm feeling very vocabularic,
Yeah.
This is some interesting... I thought this part was interesting. The citizens of Momem swamped the city walls to watch the men of the Tusk depart, so the Vulgar Holy War having left. Many jeered at the pilgrims, who had long ago earned the contempt of their host, but most, however, remained silent, watching the endless fields of humanity trudge toward the southern horizon. It's just like, the world is so sad. It's just like a horrible place to exist. Like, I don't know, it's just apathy. Like, we talk about how we don't often get to see the kind of the commoner, or just like the Joe Schmo, but here they are, like feeling apathetic about all the craziness that they're powerless. Like, they don't have any control over what's happening around them.
Yeah. I wonder, that's probably, wow, that's like a lot of ways I tried to start that sentence.
All of them were good.
All of them are good?
Good ways to start the sentence.
Thank you. I would assume that this is a reason why a bunch of commoners, like a huge proportion of the vulgar holy war, if not, most of it, joined because they wanted to feel empowered and have a purpose and stuff like that. You might have just read this, but it talks about endless thousands of impoverished, low-caste men, hard-faced, carrying only hammers, picks, or hoes. Like, yeah. Those dudes are just gonna get so wasted.
Yeah. They get pwned.
Yeah. Total destruction and misery and everything. Entire crops would be trampled, orchards and groves stripped by the army moving. It made me think of George R. R. Martin said famously or infamously that he was like, the difference between him and Tolkien is that he wants to know what Aragorn's tax policy would be as king. And like, I think this is a moment where it kind of goes into that, where it shows. I also talked about the time it takes to get places, but it shows the food that they're consuming and like the actual human and environmental effects of the big ass not army, but whatever, mob mobilizing. Yeah, and it kind of just also made me think, I'm not like a Civil War historian by any means, but made me think of Sherman's March to the Sea. And that was like, they had the scorched earth policy, where they just destroyed people's farms and industry and railroads and all that shit, just like take no prisoners, burnt everything down. And that's what this made me think of. I don't think they're intentionally trying to like leave a path of destruction there, but just like it's a consequence of their eagerness and hubris, and they're just like trampling through towns and lives and everything.
Yeah, I agree. Bakker does a good job, and comma says logistical. Yeah, he does a good job of grounding really the whole world, the whole world of Irawa in its place next to other things. Like, he just does a good job of explaining things in ways that are like irrefutable, I would say. Whereas like kind of what you said, like maybe Tolkien is like, this guy's good and he's good because he's good, but but the logistics are cool. I think it says they only traveled about like 10 or 15 miles a day or something.
Yeah, definitely said that.
Is staggering. And also all the sieges of the cities and stuff feel realistic to me. They're just miserable, and they have to build the catapults and trebuchets and stuff out of trees, and I don't know, it's just dope.
Yeah.
It does not steer away from the just like horrific parts of what it would be like to live like back in the medieval days or whatever.
Oh, for sure. I was listening to this podcast about Jonestown, Jim Jones and the Jonestown thing. When they moved to Guyana in South America and were trying to make their cult town, they were just decided to build it like in the jungle. That's what, I don't know. He was on drugs and everything and didn't have a great plan, but there were trees that were so hard that it broke chainsaws, and they asked like the natives how to like deal with it, and they said they would just wiggle trees back and forth so much that eventually they would be able to pull them out. And just thinking about how fucking much work that would be to do anything.
Yeah.
Like, I had thought of that in this at the same time.
Yeah. Makes sense. Hey Meg, what's up? Welcome. Welcome. And then I think I got a follower. What's up, Ross? Thank you for following and welcome.
Welcome, grandmother.
Welcome, grandmother. Yeah. Let's see. They're marching. It says, with Tharshilka, Kumrezer, and several lesser nobles, he entered as Gileok and was promptly taken captive. Oh yeah, so they get to the whatever it's called. Eventually the men of the Tusk found themselves beneath the Unaris Mountains, which for so long had been the southern bulwark for the cities of the Kyrania Plain, Kyrania Plain or something. But anyway, it's the walls of Asgiliok. I just thought it was hilarious that they get invited in and are immediately taken captive. It's funny.
Yeah, it's I don't know, kind of a boner move.
Yeah, Bozo, big Bozo
Major.
Ooh. What's up, Ross? Ross says, hey, just starting the darkness that comes before myself. Hell yeah, I've picked up a dozen times over the past 10 years, but it's finally stuck right about where you guys are. Hell yeah. The only thing is that we spoil so much. And I don't think that we could not spoil. Like the way that we talk about it, you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think that our only saving grace would be that it might not make any goddamn sense.
Yeah. But, shit, that sucks. I feel like if you want to keep the integrity of the book and not have any spoilers, you will get lots of spoilers here. But
we're not going to outright just talk about how God comes down and has big white gloves on and a double pendulous phallus and jerks off in every direction and black cum rains down in the end. Like, we're not going to cover the cum storm.
But we kind of do. There isn't a cum storm, by the way.
Oh, now you've spoiled
Well, that's a spoiler, see?
I'm just trying to be funny, but...
Yeah, B-Rad emphasizes Major. There's some significant spoilers happening pretty consistently.
I think the series is still worth it, even if it's spoiled, but yeah, I think a major warning that everyone is giving is appropriate.
Yeah. Thank you for... Well, first of all, thank you for introducing yourself. Hello.
Sorry if
I want you to stay. No, I want you to be here, but also, if you don't, like, it'd be fucked up. I would be pissed if I, somebody just, told me the end of the book or some shit.
Yeah, the cum
dumpster explosion.
Yeah.
The end of The Sopranos got spoiled for me.
Oh, man. That he orders fries and he doesn't get to eat them?
Yeah.
I don't know. I
don't know.
Should we spoil it?
Don't spoil it. Yeah, people might not watch it.
Onion rings, not fries.
Ross says, I don't really sweat spoilers. I think you're right. There's so much shit happening that I don't think I will be able to remember or connect things even if it is spoiled. Okay, I'm just going to trust that,
yeah,
people have agent. You can just do whatever you want to do in this world.
Oh, yeah. Ain't no rules in life, bro.
No rules.
Hell yeah. Well, welcome, grandmother.
But there will be spoilers.
Blood.
Anyway, we've said it enough.
Do you think there'll be... Is Neor your favorite character?
Neor's my favorite character.
I'm probably making you feel so bad about that. I don't even think you said that very much.
No,
it's me, the one that keeps saying it.
I'm good. I did want to read what happens whenever... So, it's from Kelmamunis' perspective in Asgilioth. It says, Kelmamunis, however, replied with laughter. He admitted that sinew for sinew, weapon for weapon, the vulgar holy war was likely no match for the Padi Raja's armies. But this, he claimed, was of no consequence, for surely the latter prophet had shown that frailty, when suffused with righteousness, was unconquerable. He says, we have left Sumna and the Shraya behind us. With every step we draw nearer holy Shima. With every step we draw closer to paradise. Proceed with care, Prophilus, for as Enri Sejanus himself said, woe to he who obstructs the way. So they're just they're going rogue.
Yeah.
And he knows that says sinew for sinew and weapon for weapon, they're like so outmatched by the Pali Raja. I don't know, it's just interesting. You'd think that they would, I don't know.
Zealots.
Yeah.
I think
they're believers.
Yeah, I think their zeal has just got them coming prematurely, so to speak.
Yeah.
What's that dude, like, from a video game, Leroy Jenkins?
Mm-hmm.
That's, like, I don't even really know what that's all about, but that's how I pictured this. Doesn't he just start charging?
Yeah, they're, like, about to start a hard room in a raid and WoW, and everybody's, like, there's this, like, long conversation where everybody's identifying their roles and, like, do you know how to do that? And, like, yeah, you know how to do this, and then he just goes... It's great.
Fucking
Y'all have seen it. Come on. And he just sends it. That's a good one, man.
That's what it made me think of, even though I'm, like, only vaguely aware.
Yeah.
I gotta mention something real quick. I sent you that picture of the Paul Atreides "My Name Is a Killing Word" t-shirt, and totally forgot to mention it.
There.
What's up?
It's up there, right?
Yeah, exactly. It just caught my eye that it's back in the Neor section, but he talks about an outlander, which is Malingas, who could speak killing words, which I think is him doing either manipulation or maybe literal sorcery.
It's an interesting way to put it, killing words.
Yeah, I just love I can't remember if it's even in the Dune book, but I love in the David Lynch Dune, not the weirding modules where he kept saying Muad'Dib and they shoot lasers, but just his thought to himself where he's just like standing there and he's like, my name is a killing word. I thought that was like one of the most epic lines from that.
Yeah.
So that's why I thought of that Dune connection, because Baker's a Dune fan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
I don't know if he's a fan of the David Lynch 1980 film, but...
Probably.
Yeah.
He's a weirdo. Oh, yeah, Meg. We're getting dramatic in here. I'm gonna act out some stuff. Alright, so they get pwned. Let's see. Blah, blah, blah. But they leave. They let him go. They're going past the mountains. Let's see.
They're just so pathetic and sad. Women sang gentle hymns while their husbands sharpened whatever weapons, picks, scythes, old swords, and maces they've been able to scavenge. They're truly just belief and no... It's like all will, no skill.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All will, no skill. When does it say that they get pwned?
I think it's at the very end.
Oh, really?
It actually skips the...
It doesn't... Okay. So now we're moving on to Compass.
Yeah, it's the second to last page in the chapter.
Okay.
It mentions it, but...
I love the way that it describes it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Let's go to the courtly scene.
Compass.
Yeah.
Get it, dude. The Ainana have arrived.
You're gonna have to take me there. I lost my spot.
It's right after the Kalmamoon is fucking getting out of Gilead.
Oh, right. When the news of the vulgar holy war's passage into the heathen lands reached Sumna, Maithnet dismissed his court and retired to his chambers. His servants turned all petitioners away, informing them that the holy Shreya prayed and fasted and would do so until he learned the fate of the first wayward half of his holy war. So I guess that's not quite Compass, but he's not taking any questions, is what I thought. And I think that it's because he has his plan so set, he just needs to like let it simmer.
Mm-hmm. But do you think he actually gives a shit?
Oh, emotionally, no.
Yeah, like all of his emotions are... Yeah.
I think he's pretty robotic, but...
Oh, dude, I'm so stressed out about saying spoilers. No.
Well, he absolved himself.
Yeah,
we love you, Ross.
Send it. We love Ross. Underscore. To emphasize the dopeness.
For sure. I don't know, something about him just deciding to... Saying that he's praying and fasting, it's like... everything's calculated to a T, and Maithnet's plan, and I liked it.
Mm-hmm.
He's like... pretending perfectly that he's the Pope and he's got his faith and everything's going to work out the way he wants it to.
Yeah. It is interesting knowing what we know, like, to viewing Mathonet's actions and, like, wondering, like, he's so calculating. He's a liar.
For sure. The first time I read the books, too, I kind of dismissed Mathonet. He was in the first chapter, and then I think he's in a chapter in, where he's an active participant in a chapter in Thousandfold Thought, and that was pretty much it. I kind of was like, okay, we're going to forget about this dude.
Yeah.
But he was mentioned more often than I expected as we reread through this.
Yeah, definitely.
We do get to Confucius and the Emperor. The Anoni have arrived. I found your spot.
Yeah.
Anoni. This painted-faced Anoni.
I was thinking about, I think they paint their faces white for war. I was kind of thinking about doing that, and then I was like, well, what makeup or paint do you use? And then I'm going to look like a fucking crazy person on the screen. I'm sure I'll do it
That would be dope, actually.
Yeah.
Should we break out the chainmail?
If you want to. I don't know where it is, because it's in your house somewhere. We've got cosplay. I feel embarrassed saying cosplay, but we've got some stuff to put on as we progress deeper and deeper into the butthole of the story.
Into the slog of slogs.
Yeah. The Scarlet Spires are there to entreat and discuss shiz with
Yours truly.
Yeah. With Comfy Boy and Zarias, and Scaeus is a big player in this next section.
Scaeus does some interesting stuff.
So it shows that the Emperor intended that the vulgar holy war would eat shit and die, and so that would require the Thousand Temples and Mathonet to make this indenture, which is mentioned the word indenture 12 times in this chapter.
Nice.
They have to like make an agreement to get the power of the empire behind them so they could actually win the war. And Zarias, it even says somewhere that he's like completely an ungodly man, or not a man of religion, I think Confucius says. And he just wants his land and power, like it was mentioned in one of the preface quotes for a chapter, where it's the ancestral squabbles run deep, whatever that one said.
Yeah.
But he's the only one that knows of the plan, other than maybe Scaeus right now. Confucius discovers it through context clues, mostly.
Yeah.
And
his rigorous, penetrating insight.
So much penetrating academic rigor.
Yeah.
And
scrutiny.
Nice.
Yeah.
And not the Thousand Temples. There's so many guys, so many dudes. The Scarlet Spires are like, they figured it out though.
Yeah.
And they're here to be like,
we're on to you, but we're okay with it. Kinda.
Yeah, they're like, don't fuck with us.
Yeah. And we'll just figure it out whenever it's all said and done.
The Anoni, this is irrelevant, but the Anoni were civilized despite their archaic devotion to their beards.
I underlined that too. It's hilarious.
Yeah.
I have to be right back. 1 second. I realized that I left the food out. I'll be right back.
Oh no, you're stuck with me again?
Yeah.
Zarias is playing 4D chess. Kama mentioned that, and it's kind of surprising to me. Like, I knew that this was intended, because I've read this series twice, but I always picture him as super incompetent, and he actually does have some competence and some intellect, which is important because war is intellect. That meme that's up on the screen is made by Nilfrog on Reddit. I assumed it was like Nilbog from Trolls 2, Goblin Town. Nilfrog, I don't know if that's backwards, but Nilgorf. Scaeus, thanks for the addition 2 and bringing me back instead of trying to spell made-up words backwards. But Scaeus helps him. Scaeus has an interesting role in this chapter, interesting contributions. They're climbing some shit. Where does it say that? Well, he Confus and Scaeus talk quite a bit. There's a lot of like dick sucking and I don't actually know what's the non-vulgar way to say that. Brown nosing, I guess. Where they're trying to compliment people. Oh hell yeah! Thank you.
Cupcake.
There's a cup of cakes. Like people are they're playing the Janan game, which I was just thinking is pretty much straight up passive aggression.
It's like Southern hospitality.
Yeah, bless your heart.
Bless your heart, Zarias.
Damn, this looks good.
Dude, the Scarlet Spires totally bless your heart, Zarias. All up and down.
Yeah.
All up and down the block.
Oh, so I don't even remember how this came in, but I noticed another... I want to get to that because that's the important part, but I noticed another... Spoiler alert, Ross. Another Scaeus is a skin spy moment where they're climbing some shit or walking really fast. Scaeus did not complain about the pace. And aside from swinging his arms like an old monkey, he showed no signs of strain.
Dude, Confus and Darius are such like narcissistic monsters. The way they think about other people. Like, it would be like so unacceptable for me to have a thought that somebody looked like that, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you definitely feel ashamed of yourself.
I'd be like, Jesus Christ, what's wrong with me? Like, why did I even think that?
This is just normal
What
for them.
He says, what did he say?
He said that he's walked like a monkey with his arms swinging like an old monkey. And then later when he thinks that he's like, Scaeus and my mom or my aunt Estrella have been fucking scheming behind my back, he was like, I wonder if they fucked. It's like an old prune fucking a twig.
Yeah.
It's like ruthless.
So funny. Salking is imagining Scaeus in a seersucker suit.
I don't even know what seersucker is.
It's like funny. That just goes with I think the Southern hospitality thing.
Oh, dude.
Like a fucking KFC looking mojo.
I'm thinking of some drunk ass pastel Easter ass looking person at Churchill Downs, getting wasted in 100-degree heat.
Yeah, like at a horse race or something.
But it's like hairy in the wrong places and like hunched over.
Yeah. His mouth unfolds, his face unfolds. He falls asleep and lets his face fucking curls unfold on accident. Shit. Alright. Over the years, more than one imperial apparati had died of what they called the clutch, as the palace inhabitants called it. According to his grandmother, past emperors had actually used the climb to dispose of aging and quarrelsome functionaries, giving them messages allegedly too important to be trusted to slaves and demanding their immediate return. It's hilarious.
Oh, gotcha. So it's like just this arduous ass path to... That's so funny. I dig that. It's like a way to filter... I don't know. You guys get it.
But yeah, I mean, that's right before he said, remarkably, Scaeus did not complain aside from swinging his arm like an old monkey.
Monkey.
So funny, man. Yeah, dude.
Dude, side story real quick. The Jim Jones podcast, Jonestown podcast. Jim Jones, before he was like real powerful and getting all the money of his congregation, he had to sell spider monkeys on the side to make his money. Did I send you that podcast clip? Oh fuck, I need to play it for you, but...
I would listen to that podcast.
Okay, I'll link it up, but it's the last podcast on the left about Jim Jones.
Okay, gotcha.
Super obnoxious, but I love those guys. It took me a minute, but they have this audio recording of this woman who, she's like, well, my aunt, old lady, she's like, my aunt, her monkey her pet monkey ended up hanging himself, and so I went into the Indianapolis Star and looked up monkey salesman and found Jim Jones and talked to him, and he was real nice. Monkeys were $29, which, according to inflation calculator is about 250 now.
It's not bad. It's like a tattoo.
Yeah, spider monkey versus tattoo.
2 therapy sessions.
And she fucking, her aunt or whatever, like, I don't think she died in Jonestown, but she fell in with the People's Temple because her monkey committed suicide and she bought a new monkey from Jim Jones. And the weirdest thing was she just mentioned her monkey hanging himself like it was totally normal. Like,
Dude, yeah.
my uncle and I were laughing about the monkey making like a tiny little monkey noose.
Writing a suicide note.
Yeah.
Getting a stool.
I sad monkey.
That's wild.
Anyway.
I had a bunny that killed itself.
What? How did it do that?
It's a long story.
Oh
dude.
my god.
It's a long, sad story. I won't go into it. But it is possible.
We're in our element right now.
Yeah, we're flowing. I'm in a flow state big time. I could definitely win in any Call of Duty match.
Oh, and then Jonestown got a pet chimpanzee called Mr. Muggs.
Dude,
And he was the first one to die at the massacre. They shot him in the back of the head.
That's horrible, dude.
Before they gave everybody the poison flavor aid, they shot
They
Mr.
shot
Muggs in
him.
the back of the head.
Oh no, because they knew that he was about to go buck wild.
They could have just let him go in the jungle.
Yeah.
They kept him in a cage and then fucking brained him. R.I.P. Mr. Muggs.
Yeah. Confus says some interesting stuff. He said, so he's remarking that because he's not a visitor, he's being treated differently or he's having a different reception. He said, had he been a visitor rather than a resident, bare-chested slave girls would have served him heady wines laced with Nilnemeshi narcotics.
Dude.
Pot-bellied eunuchs would have delivered gifts of scented oil and ceremonial weaponry. So cool.
I wish I was that. I mean, sorry that people are enslaved, but that just sounds pleasant.
I would not want the slave interactions, but I would definitely want the heady wines and the narcotics. Probably just the narcotics, honestly. Like an extra helping of the narcotics.
A large bowl of
Yeah.
unwatered narcotics.
A large bowl of unwatered Nilnemeshi narcotics. Oh, it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
But he and Skaos go into a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
They
they're
actually-
really talking.
They have a deep conversation for several pages.
Yeah, which got me thinking.
Yeah, what you thinking about?
Well, I'm not sure. It just sparked some ideas, but he's kind of stirring the pot. Skaos is kind of stirring the pot. He's talking to Confus about how his uncle excluded him from a plan, the plan, which I think is the failure of the Vulgar Holy War. So he's kind of juggling the two, like, starting to pit them against each other, I think.
Skaos is?
I think so.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And I might have skipped a lot of the stuff that you took notice of, but which I'm excited to hear. But the other thing that caught my eye was about, he was kind of, Confus was poking back at Skaos. He goes, what kind of game are you playing, Skaos? Do you think that by wounding my vanity you could provoke me to act against my uncle, against my emperor? Are you trying to incite me to sedition? And he comes out of left field to me with this. No, I'm an old fool, I know, but my days on this earth are numbered. I rejoice at the life the gods have given me. I rejoice at the sweet fruits I've eaten for the great men I've known. I've lived long enough to witness you grow into your glory, but this plan of your uncle is to deliver a holy war to its destruction. A holy war? I feel fear for my soul, I carry Confus, my soul. And then Confus was dumbstruck that Skaos might have a thought that was unique to himself. It's like, bruh.
Dude.
But,
That's a crazy passage, though.
yeah, like, okay, the thing that stuck out for me the most was him saying he feared for his soul.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if that's authentic, because he's from the console, he's an Inkoroi piece of Techne, I guess, because he's a skin spy. They were genetically engineered.
Right.
But can't remember if skin spies have souls.
I don't think they do.
Okay.
Yeah, because they're just weapons.
Right. So that's what I wasn't sure, and so that's why I was wondering if Skaos, or the thing called Skaos, was legitimately afraid of hell and damnation. maybe he just has that idea because that's what his squad's whole modus operandi is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I wasn't sure if he had a soul or not, and getting that he doesn't. But
Well, chat should weigh in on that too, for sure, because I'm not. That's just my perception.
no, I think you're right. And then there's just some weird shit in like the Judging Eye or the White Luck Warrior with that one skin spy that like kind of helps Mymara.
Oh yeah.
Where I can't remember, maybe she can see him or not see him with the Judging Eye, but he was acting weird, and I still don't really understand why he was like nice to her.
Mm-hmm.
Something about fulfilling the prophecy, I think.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It seems like it's at least sort of an echo or like a leaking whisper of a sibilant hiss, if you will, of the Incorai coming through and the consult coming through. They fear for their souls, I carry compass.
Wait, say that again.
So, where at the end of this, he's still playing, Scaeus is playing Compass.
Right.
But I thought that the line, I fear for my soul, I carry Compass,
Yeah.
my soul. I thought that was like maybe some either foreshadowing or like sort of their like real mission is like kind of leaking out, seeping through.
Yeah. I think so. I think kind of like my impression is like kind of just toying with, it's like making fun of somebody by saying something that they don't understand or that they don't get. I don't know. It's just like, I don't know. Just
makes sense to me too.
I just wrote LOL next to it. That was my commentary.
Dude, that's good too.
We got some chat going too.
The audiobook performance of that passage is really good too.
Really?
Yeah. But yeah, let's hit the chat. Keltfron, Kiri, Chanv, fuck man. The meat, Irwa does have choice narcotics.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, man, I wonder what the meat would feel like. Except for it's kind of like the spice where once you take it once you're kind of fucked.
Yeah, I feel like it's a slow burn. It's probably not that fun.
I just applied to work, or not work, but volunteer at a hospice.
Yeah.
And if I got some meat, I could just start trying it out on these dying people.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Experiments.
That'd be ethical.
Totally ethical.
Yeah.
Trust me, I'm a doctor.
Yeah.
Who fears the Kisharim?
The skin spy, I think Kama was referring to. Or Scaeus. Yeah. I mean, both.
No, correct. Yeah, thank you.
And then Salking suggests that one has a soul.
Are you talking about that one meaning Scaeus, or I think he means the one helping Mymara out.
Yeah, I think that's what he's talking about.
And then that's interesting because it like makes you think of how does one obtain a soul and how does it develop.
Yeah.
It's kind of the problem with like people that don't believe in evolution, or an argument against creationism is that like who had the first soul? Was it a human? Like, if people evolved from monkeys, do monkeys not have souls? And then is it like a Neanderthal have souls? The missing link? I don't know. There's this whole thing that somebody said really well in a YouTube video, and that stuck in my mind, but I can't reproduce it very well.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, Salt says yes. The one helping Mymara.
Thank you. And then Keltfron writes, there's an reoccurring theme in the books of characters appearing deep and soulful, then being reptilian calculators behind the scenes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
a lot of that.
Well said. I think that might show a lot of what Bakker thinks of people.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's almost every character is outwardly, their like intentions and how they act in the world are very contradictory.
Yeah.
It's like almost like over exaggeration of humanity. Like there's a little bit of that going on all the time with anyone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I might do something that seems nice, but it's because I was like wanting something or whatever. But it's like every character is that turned up to like 1,000.
Yeah, I hope that the Bakker himself does view his portrayal of humanity as an exaggeration and not that it's literal, because that would suck to live in that world.
Yeah. Nihilist alien torture world. Let's see. Before that chapter, before that passage, I'm getting like tired and brain dead. What kind of Confess says, what kind of game are you playing, Chaos? Did you think that by wounding my vanity you could provoke me to act? Oh, you already said that.
Yeah. I was skipping around though.
No, that's fine. I was just curious because I don't know what game is Chaos actually playing at. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think he's. We talked about it the other day. I think it was mostly chat generated, but about the plan.
Mm-hmm.
It's all part of the plan.
There's several plans.
Plans within plans.
Oh shit.
That's what Dune is always on about too.
Mm-hmm.
You know they had to Dune it to him.
They know you had to Dune it to him. There's also a part where Skeo says, "No, I care nothing for Mathanet or Shima, for that matter." And then he says, "You are young. You wouldn't understand my motives. The young can never see life for what it is, a knife's edge, as thin as the breaths that measure it." I just think it's funny. Again, like kind of the taunting, like, ha ha, I know that I'm this ancient Techne weapon and you don't. I'm old as fuck.
Yeah, that's true. I didn't catch that. I thought it was just like where an old man is trying to tell you young kid about what life's really like, but yeah,
well, there's just like a double layer. It's like irony, I guess.
No, for sure. I just it's cool you pointed that out because he's probably hundreds, if not thousands of years old.
He's probably like jerking off too under like. You know, I just imagine the Skin Spies like always jerking off.
What if
when they're talking to people and stuff?
Their dicks were fingers too.
They might be. Like the baby hand.
With the fist on the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that more epic speech though. What gives life depth is the future. Without a future, without a horizon of promise or threat, our lives have no meaning. Only the future is real, Compass. And unless I make amends to the gods, I have no future left. So, I think that's like talking more about damnation and trying to escape damnation is the subtext, but what do you think about this, like, philosophically?
Yeah, it is an interesting take, because it's not in line with kind of, I think, what's popular. There's, like, living in the moment is the right thing, or the only thing that's real is the present.
Yeah.
But I guess I would say that there's a little bit of both. Like, the way that we experience the future is perceptual, and it happens in the moment. Mm-hmm. So it's like we conceptualize our lives, being able to think of what's going to happen in the future, and that helps us experience the world in the moment. So I don't know. I think it's kind of cool. It makes sense. I mean, you have to have conditions to make life feel fulfilling or grounded. It was like our minds like to have a sense of linear progression, and without that progression or a sense of progression, it can feel pretty ungrounded, scary.
Yeah, terrifying. Yeah, driving force, I guess, is... I think Scaeus also mentions... Scaeus is talking earlier, but Compass says a man needs hunger. No man achieves so much in so little time without hunger. And I think that that is a reference to that he hasn't eaten lunch.
Really?
Sorry. No, I just thought it tied in with the future, like craving to change things or for what's next.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, the Buddha would argue that craving for existence is the thing that gets you reborn over and over again.
Yeah, maybe that's what they want, because in their metaphysics, damnation is not rebirth, I would guess.
I guess so. Well, I don't know. I don't fucking know, man.
Me neither.
It's too much.
Scaeus conspired with his grandmother, though.
Yep.
You must bait both of them, Scaeus. Bait. Yeah.
He wonders if the old drab had taken Scaeus as a lover. Likely, he concluded, and winced at the accompanying image, like a prune fucking a twig, like you mentioned.
Yeah, it's such a good line.
Yeah, it's a good one. I'm running out of steam.
Me too, but I can sort of hit the summary button.
Yeah, let's hit the Dougie on it a little bit.
Do the stanky leg.
There's important stuff happening.
It's probably the more important shit of the chapter. But
yeah, I know. Like that. We can do like the next half if we want to be rigorous about it, or we can just do it whatever you want.
I want to power through. I think.
Let's power through.
Because
stay consistent.
I was rambling back and forth. I think the gist of it is in our inanity, but
yeah.
Kemen Ketri and Eliazaris from the Scarlet Spires come in and they have a big old chat.
Mm-hmm.
And they threaten the Emperor. He's like, you're trying to hijack the Holy War for your own purposes. And Eliazaris is completely driven by revenge against the Kisharim because they killed his grandmaster, who was probably fingering him from a young age as well.
Yeah.
And
true.
Yeah.
Very true.
But he's dead set on fucking making it to Shaima and killing the the Kianin, or what are the Kisharim.
Mm-hmm. It's surprising to me that they're motivated by revenge. I think even Zarias or somebody mentions later on that they don't believe that that's true because the Scarlet Spires are too mercantile. Or whatever. Which that is my thought. Like, I had that same sentiment. I was like, really? Revenge? That seems like kind of not profitable or something. But anyway, go.
No, that's a good point. Maybe we'll see some shit in the future that will either confirm or complicate that. Because it does seem like a pretty, like, simple motive.
Yeah.
It could also, I was thinking it could also just be, like, Eliazaris is the one who cares the most, and he kind of just drums up excitement for everybody else to, like, follow him. And again, gives them a purpose and get to, like, use their... I was going to say abstractions, but I don't think they do abstractions.
I don't know.
Use their anagogus to, I don't know.
Poop just fire into the world.
Yeah, like an excuse to go fucking hurt some people. I mean, it'd be kind of fun to use your power.
Yeah. Well, and they may get some political clout by being the ones that destroy the Kisharim. You know, it's like some competitive stuff going on.
Yeah.
Like, they're so jealous of the mandate and stuff, so...
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It just, the revenge thing is interesting because, yeah, is it or is it not the main catalyst for their involvement? But I think that Eliezer is threatening them and being like, we know what you're doing. You fucked over the Vulgar Holy War, so you can jump in and take control. I think it's Conphus is realizing this for the first time, or maybe fully realizing it after Scaeus talked to him earlier. And
he's stoked about it, right? Conphus likes the plan.
I think he does, but it's also weird, like confusing to me. He thinks even the foreigners know you're a fool, uncle. There's a somewhere it says that he insulted Zarias. Eliazaris insulted Zarias, and that like set him off. And so I think he started acting a fool and almost like starting to sabotage his own like plotting and plan. All the work he put into is like in jeopardy because of his vanity. But I couldn't completely understand why Conphus was calling him a fool, but I think Conphus is like subsumed into the no now.
Right. Well, and there's some interesting, I guess, more irony, because what you were just saying, Conphus kind of thinking Zarias is getting tricked. He says the small flattery was Zarias' undoing. So,
right.
What's the fucking Scarlet Spire's main guy's name again?
Eliazaris?
I can never remember it.
You're good.
Eliazaris tells Zarias that it's a good plan and he loves it. So, for a brief instant, his eyes flash with jubilant conceit. That's Zarias. Conphus thinks to himself, stupid men tended to be excessively proud of their few brilliant moments. So he's just judging that. But then in the next page, Conphus says, do they, Conphus asks, genuinely surprised that his grandmother's moniker traveled so far so fast, surprised and pleased, very pleased. And he's remarking that the name line of Cayuth has traveled very far. So it's just like, he's equally as excessively proud of his brilliant moments. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's no difference between him and Zarias as far as their conceit goes.
Yeah.
I just thought that was kind of funny.
It is. It's that fucking stupid you spot it, you got it thing.
Mm-hmm. Most definitely.
Yeah. And talk about them seeing themselves as gods. It's the only difference between them two is that Zarias thinks that he's God and Compass thinks that he's God.
Mm-hmm. He says, Compass decides that the Grandmaster would lick his ass as clean as a cat's.
Right.
If given the opportunity.
Bakker's going in. I wonder, he's just snappy in this chapter.
Yeah. Lick his ass.
As clean as a cat's.
Clean as a cat's.
For all his penetration is the next
Mm-hmm.
thing, too. Eliazarus had misjudged him. I'm sure there's more that I'm missing, but they kind of sign off with Eleazar saying, "We can make the world burn with our song, young Compass. We need no one." And that ends up not being true because they get fucking pawned at the end of the Holy War, too.
Yeah.
But more hubris.
Yeah. So I guess what happened is the Scarlet Spires agreed to sign the indenture as long as they didn't sabotage the Holy War, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's the main, like, actual plot thing that just happened.
Mm-hmm. And they were passive-aggressive.
Yeah.
Or aggressive-aggressive.
Aggressive. So Compass is feeling a little stressed out now.
Yeah. He's fine. He's trying to make sure he's, like, not missing any sticks.
Yeah.
Trying to figure out what everybody's real plans and motivations are.
Mm-hmm.
He said it was official. The Scarlet Spires had joined the Holy War to bring some pre-existing war with the Kisharim to conclusion. He basically thinks this is fine. Their agendas will not cross. But he's like, why would Maithanet get the Scarlet Spires rather than another school?
Mm-hmm.
My thought was that it's because they're the biggest school.
Mm-hmm.
And, like, arguably the most powerful, like, accepted school. Because nobody likes the fucking mandate.
Yeah.
But these guys they have, like, public and political clout and monetary clout and, I don't know. He just sees
Trendsetters.
For sure. Fashion icons.
Yeah.
Like L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah.
He just sees that
Exactly.
he just sees that Maithanet has, like, more to him.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's what I got out of the Compass. And then you want to read the
Hell yeah,
your
dude.
favorite part?
This is what I've been waiting for. So this is after Compass just chatting with himself. So, a new section that says the news arrived days afterwards. The vulgar holy war had been annihilated. Period.
It's good.
They get pwned, completely wiped out. There's like 4 or 5 people that make it back. Or not that. I'm sure there's a little bit more, but
like 6 or 7.
but they get dicked on the plains of Mengeta, which is some foreshadowing.
Oh, good
Right?
catch. Yeah. It's also a topoi.
Yeah, the vulgar war had been utterly overcome on the plains of Mengeta.
Or
Total
topos.
topoi.
Get toped.
And then some Kyanine messengers come and they bring Compass specifically a message, and it says, "We cannot count the carcasses of your idolatrous kin. So many have been felled by the fury of our righteous hand. Praise be the solitary God. Know that House Ikiri has been heard." It's interesting.
Yeah, I think it kind of makes him nervous because it says he was 27, but he's seen lots of wars. But also, he remembers so many have been felled and countless carcasses. I think it's got a little bit of uncertainty put into it, like a seed of uncertainty put into his mind. But he ultimately takes this news as, like, affirmation that he's God and he's better than everybody else.
Yeah.
He doesn't feel bad at all. He's like,
They chose me.
yeah, damn. And it's like, nobody had just thrown away a gigantic pile of human lives this big before.
And yeah, he's like, "Oh my God." What does he say? He lay hidden in the womb of events.
I
Like a
told
god.
you, I'm a god. The womb of events. I'm sorry I interrupted.
No, that's fine. That's it.
So yeah, for an instant, Confis felt like a thief, which mentioned thief in the very beginning little sentence.
Yeah.
The hidden author of a great loss. Well, yeah, because it was Zarias' plan. Confis wasn't fully involved, but he was like, he played a role in it by kicking the Skilvendi's ass. It got motivation for people to come and they could take over, I think. But the exhilaration he felt almost possessed a sexual intensity. He loved the species of war. His every act was open to the scrutiny of others on the battlefield. Get scrutinized. And like you said, he lay hidden in the womb of events like a god. I'm sorry, I don't know why I went back to read that whole paragraph that you already just finished.
No, that's all right, because he does say, he mentions that he kind of digs the political, like, non-battle shit. Because he says, on the battlefield, his every act was open to scrutiny of others. Here, however, he stood outside scrutiny, enacted destiny from a place that transcended judgment or recrimination. So, he likes it.
Good point. Good catch. And that kind of just makes me think of the idea of the darkness that comes before, where he's enacting destiny, putting plans within plans within plans, and putting the dominoes in order or whatever. Like, he's in control of everything.
Yeah.
We made it.
We made it. That's the end of that chapter. Part 3 cometh.
Yeah.
I like that chapter. The last couple of chapters. Well, I guess. Gosh, I'm like out of it. All of the Momon chapters here recently are very like political, very historical. So it's a lot to get through.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of like contrasted it with all these things happen and a bajillion people die or take over a pirate island and like all this, and then there's like 2 conversations.
Yeah.
I think it worked like as a composition for sure.
Yeah.
I hope that we carried people's attention to the end because I started running out of steam hard.
No, that's fine. We did good.
Cool.
I love y'all. What a fun little crew we have.
B-Rat said thanks. No, thank you.
No, thank you.
You're
Lamp.
the real hero.
You're the real lamp.
Dude. The light that comes in the middle.
Oh, shit.
Or towards the beginning.
The light that came towards the beginning. Praise the meat. Kama's still here. It amazes me when people are still here at the end.
Yeah.
Like, what have you been doing?
I don't know. Maybe they're really kind and they're just like, oh shit, they kind of slowed down. Thank you, thank you.
It's so awesome.
No, I mean, I think that we just have a cool...
Praise the return of the purple cone.
Oh yeah, thanks. It's been in different parts of my hair the whole episode. I was thinking about of how bad chewing gum during this would be.
I don't think it would be bad. You can chew gum.
We'll see.
What if I chewed some gum with you, dude?
I can bring the gum next time. You can put in some fat dips.
I was gonna, yeah. Maybe we'll just have some chaw. A great correspondence of cause. Yes. Cheers to that. Much love, indeed. I guess we can end it.
Yeah, I'm gonna read the meme. War is intellect, truth shines, death came swirling down.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. There's a couple more things. Smacking the baby arm around while viewing. Thank you.
Do what you gotta do.
I'm honored. That'd be cool.
Wing job.
Yeah. Doing some
right.
wing jobs. All right, y'all. We'll see you next week.
Thank you.
Part 3, talking about the harlot. We got a lot to talk about. Love y'all. Have a good night. Bye.